Hi there, it's August 20th, 2022. My name is Kurt and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. I do this every morning to remember my life objectives and principles and to see how I did applying those to the opportunities and challenges I encountered yesterday and to plan for the coming day. First, last night and yesterday. Slept pretty good. Made sure I got on bed on time. I did wake up once in the middle of the night for just a short while. And then next thing I knew, I was waking up with the alarm, which is always great news, happening more and more often. I think I'm maybe getting not little, it's been quite significant, pre-morning waking challenge under control by two fronts. One, by starting to work a little, by working from the office more, as in always, except after my surgery next week, I'll work from home for a couple of weeks. Two, by the fact that my projects are going well. I'm getting them well and handled. Just a lot of hard work starting to pay off and yield some results. So that's good. Peace of mind being one of those. Okay, yesterday, man, I really knocked it out of the park again yesterday. I was at the office. I was like the only person there on the fifth floor. And I was there with my little Hawaiian shirt Friday look and just banging one thing after another. It felt really good. That's why I slept. Work is in hand. No real challenges yesterday. Just a good day of hard work. Let's do the good life. 7 objectives as follows. 1, to be always ready to die. To have my life affairs, my relationships, and my life's work in order. And I do. 2, to make good and effective use of time. To be very careful about my moments, to not let them just fritter away. Not to sit on the sofa and watch TV and watch reruns, but to be reading books and taking walks, creating things, exploring new ideas, having interesting conversations with people, challenging myself, making friends, holding on to friends, living the best life that I can. Even though I know that in the long run, the universe doesn't give a damn if I do that or watch TV. But it makes a difference in the lives of my family and the people that I encounter, and hopefully in the long run, make the world a little bit better place. So it's worthwhile. My third objective is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. Exactly these 7 objectives and 31 principles I'm working on now. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. To be someone who reacts well to what's happening in life and to not fly off the handle. Increasingly, it's like that guy Nemo in the Matrix, right? I can see the bullets coming now, and I can slow motion dodge as they come along. Through years of practice now at trying to cultivate good emotional reactions, I spot the challenges seconds, if not minutes, before they arrive. So that's becoming much easier. And if I can see them coming, I can step aside. Next is to perform good actions. To simply recognize to perform good actions. Hi, sorry, a little distracted by my doggy. Just to do good things throughout the day. Hold doors open, pick up trash, say nice things. And then the next one is to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities. What's not possible and what may be. And then lastly, the last objective is to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and carefully and deliberately, like I'm trying to do right now. Okay, those are my 7 objectives. My 31 principles are as follows. The principle of war. To always be fighting against what I think is true and what others propose to me as important and what they think I should think is true. And the sub-principles for that are honesty, objectivity, and doubt. 2, the principle of reason, and the sub-principles of honesty, objectivity, and doubt. I got them mixed up. So those sub-principles belong with the second principle, reason, not with war. Reason is the frame of mind and perspective. Frame of mind, perspective, and attitude that I take, particularly in the aforementioned war. Next is the homunculus, the suggestion that I do not have a soul, but I do have a consciousness. And this consciousness will die with me. That's the next principle, the Anchorhold, the idea that my consciousness is trapped within my skull, a prisoner of my nervous system, can't get out. Nothing about me or within me will last forever. No immortality, no eternity, no forever. Next is the home of good and evil. Right and wrong exist as opinions within my mind. Just mere thoughts, mere biasy. There is no absolute right or wrong. There's nothing really wrong with murder or rape or anything. We decide that those things are wrong, and those decisions those decisions are the weight of authority that we maintain, which is a small authority when it's just one, but when we find some consensus with others, especially as a community and some majority, and we make laws, then there's something to that, some teeth on that. But even then, right or wrong are not absolute. We want them to be absolute because then become easy. They're not easy. They require thought and ongoing consideration and deliberation and refinement. It's hard work. It's hard work being an adult. Next is purpose. And my 3 purpose are to be a good husband and father, to be a virtuous man, working to improve the well-being of thinking creatures, and finally to pursue my own mission in life, which is the sharing of my book, Going Alone, the story of going alone, and the resulting Good Life Creed, available on Amazon if you'd like a copy. Next is, what is next? Oh, atomic principle. Everything is made of little bits and pieces, atoms and molecules that all dissolve away, but my atoms and molecules won't. Then the principle of nature. Everything in the universe has some particular nature, and every one too. It's good to recognize what that nature is, so that we can abide it, or at least be ready for it. Remember earlier I said I'm kind of able to see challenges coming. Part of that is because I have an early warning radar about the nature of things. Like I know that certain people are quellerists. I know that certain meetings will be challenging at work. I'm speaking to work, and I go into those meetings with those people, ready for both, arming myself for a good emotional reaction. Pirate ride. See, these principles really are the things that they help me to get towards to reaching the objectives. The pirate ride. Free will is an illusion. We are not free. We hardly have any say, if any at all, in the course of things. We're like puppets being played by the universe. Can't prove it, but I believe it. I hold this truth on faith. Hallelujah. As damned as I am, as a result, it does damn me. Damn it. Okay, then comes maturity and the sub-principles of wisdom and fortitude, which are the frame of mind that we have of holding past experience, successes and failures at the ready to help inform us of our ongoing decisions. Then comes the social principle. We're social creatures, we need each other. And then public speaking. Reminder to use few words, carefully chosen words, and deliberate words, and to never ever gossip. Forgetting something, aren't I? A couple of things. Well, excuse me. One, I forgot to talk about apathy when I talked about recognizing true limits and true opportunities. What else did I forget? I think I forgot something else. Oh, well. There's always tomorrow. I gotta get them reined in. I've got holes in my fences. I like that even better. After that comes, what's next? After public speaking, social principle, public speaking, no gossip. Temperance, and the sub-principles of suffering and simplicity. Temperance is our controlled consumption of things, work, play, everything. Then life will not go well, a reminder that life will not go well. Things will happen, bumps will come. And then finally, in the next, there's the horror show. Kind of, I said finally because it follows those. It follows temperance. It really follows life will not go well. And then the horror show is when life really goes bad. And it will. And it is happening. It's going bad all around me. And it's coming for me too. You too. Just you wait, if it's not already here. And I feel for you if it is. Sometimes it feels like it is, but it really isn't. Because the real horror awaits. It's even better. I'm out of room. Gotta go with that one. Okay, then comes that which must be borne. We have to bear the difficulties of life, and we have to bear the fact of the horror show. And then the Feast of Offal is when we get upset and we blow up in the world. We make everybody we soil them with our upset, or when we consume the upset of others. Next comes distraction. We spend our lives distracting ourselves from what? From the emptiness of the universe, the seeming fact that there is no God. So we distract ourselves with work and play and hobbies and sex and family and community and church and belief in God. That's a great distraction. No, I don't want to know. I want to believe there's God. I have a soul. I'll live forever. Bad people will be punished. It's kind of a thing that we do as we're cowering away from the stuff that we fear. You know, it doesn't feel like you're withdrawing because it feels like you're engaged, but really you're not, because you're withdrawing your philosophical critical sense, the need to think things through, to think out problems that are seemingly without, or may not even have an answer. There may be no answer, or maybe our constitution and cognitive capabilities are not up to the task. You know, what does a lemur do when gazing at the starry night? It just may not have the cognitive capability to process what it's viewing. And I'm sure that there are such horizons and vistas for us as well. You know, the question of why, if there's any reason why we're here, and how it all started, and where it's all going, may be such a question that we are just simply incapable of answering. Although I think we can do it. Anyway, that's distraction and agency and the great indifference. Next comes the best seat in the house, to be all right with who I am, where I am, and what I'm doing. And then the Path of Wildness, which is a way to move forward into a new chapter of life, and then the Great Life Adventure, which is what happens when we move into that new chapter of life. We're rewarded with an adventure for better or worse. Sometimes for worse is better than better. And then comes the risk of avoiding risk, the surface level and the deep level risks of life. It's good to tackle both. The surface stuff is education, career, home, family, and security. The deep risk is taking the time and effort to find oneself. Usually you're not finding much of anything, you're building yourself is what you're doing. Finding is more building. Finding is building. Full of little cliche things this morning. Cliche sounding, at least. Then comes sin and damnation. There are 7 sins in my worldview. These relate mostly to being untrue or believing things that are untrue. These are falsity, believing things that are being untrue, being a liar. Credulity, believing things too easily. Faith, believing things where we found our belief on the fact that we want to believe. Nonsense. Faith, superstition, belief that is categorically identified as nonsense. Faith, superstition, dogma, institutional belief, authority, belief because we're impressed by the office someone holds, and then finally something that's not belief is just gossip again. Don't gossip. The consequence of any of these things is damnation in the here and now. Complete oblivion. Hey, if we have no soul, if there's no God, if there's no forever for us, then oblivion awaits after death. And we won't see our loved ones again. We won't have a chance to reconcile any differences, and we won't see any justice. But hey, we won't know better anyway. Next is the season of philosophy, a time to record what we've learned along the way. So keep a pen and paper handy for when the muse is cultivated or strikes. Typically, I'm learning more and more it's cultivated more than anything else. Opportunities, environments are created, and the muse comes about as an emergent quality, like the wetness in water. Get enough water molecules together and we become wet. Get enough creative energy moving and we become inspired. Next is the bullseye aim, striving to hit the target but usually missing, sometimes by a lot. The uphill climb, life is a steady up climb, don't stop, keep on going, all the way till death. Die at the highest plateau you can reach. We begin to settle and die as soon as we start digging a hobbit hole into the side of the mountain that we're climbing. It's dangerous business to dig a hobbit hole. I think Yumiko and I, now that Emily's gone, we're ready to give up this hobbit hole. Yeah, maybe. And then after that comes the bullseye aim, uphill climb, arena and utility. Life is an arena for the development of our principles in pursuit of our objectives. Arena utility, nothing is enough. The reminder that there is no satisfaction to be found in things, no real satisfaction, not very long. That's why we're always looking for more things. Nothing is enough. And then finally, the principle of fun, a reminder to have a good time along the way, now thinking about the future and remembering the past. And that's it. Now, for today, I'm going to finish this. I'll start this uploading. I'll get up, I'll read my Bible. I'm on Ezekiel 11, I think, this morning. And then I'll feed the dogs, take them for a walk. I've got a Facebook post I want to work on. Then I'm going to start cleaning the house. And then maybe Yumiko and I can go see a movie. I want to see Bullet Train. We both want to see Bullet Train, maybe today or tomorrow. It's the weekend after all. Thanks for joining me. Be safe, but not too safe.